Happy Thursday, everybody. It's Cindy with Cindy's Creations. I'm here again to show you a tutorial on what you can do to make things for your home that's on a budget. I did pick up these, purchase these little signs. It's supposed to be a shelf from Dollar Tree. You get 2 of these for $1.25. I'm just filled the holes in with some wood glue because I'm not going to use it for that. I already painted the little top part of it, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Now, I'm going to paint the back real quick because we do want to have a craft or homemade craft that's complete. You don't want to have anything sitting out in your home that's not completely done for your home, or if you're going to gift it to somebody else, you want to make sure it's completed. So that's what I'm going to do real quick here. I do plan on putting something else on the back of this at some point in time, but right now we'll just paint it white to get that covered and have it really, nice looking for somebody if you're going to give it away or use it in your home for yourself. So I'm just painting this real quick with some Waverly white chalk paint. It goes on real easy. It stays on and it's easy to cover. Usually on one coat with chalk paint. Otherwise, if you use acrylic, there's possibility you'd have to put 2 or 3 coats on it. So I'm just putting on this one coat here. It doesn't have to be covered perfectly because I'm going to be putting something else on it, like decoupage or a transfer, rub-on transfer or something on the back of it. But I just wanted to get it filled in here real quick. I know you don't want to watch me just paint. But I kind of have to do things on my tutorials to show you how you can do things. So let's just get this painted real quick, and I'll show you what I'm going to put on the other side of it. Then the reason why I only painted a part of the other side is my transfer doesn't cover up the whole area. So I'm going to be putting some jute wrapped jute around the top of it so it's not plain. But I have that done. Let me dry this real quick. I hope you're having a great day, and thank you so much for being here with me, watching my tutorials. Hope I'm giving you some inspiration so that you can make things for your home too, and for gifts for others. If you're a crafter, that's what we want to do, right? Is to do crafts for ourselves, our home, or to sell, or to give to somebody else. So that's what we're doing here today for this one, and I'll show you the transfer paper. I'm going to decoupage on here with some decoupage medium, and we're going to iron it on and decorate the top. So it won't be very long till we get this done. I just want to make sure it's dry before I go any further on here. And it's already dry, so that's how quickly that can be done. So here's the back, just white, and this is the front. Now this side, we're going to be putting this piece of paper on. It's of the flag. And it's got just some swirlies over here, but it's a flag. And on the top of it, it says America the Beautiful. So it's actually the words or song of America the Beautiful. We're going to put this down here, decoupage it at the bottom, and put some jute across the top. So let me get my things put away here and my paint covered up so I don't get that all messed up. Let me grab my decoupage medium. I use Mod Podge, but you could use glue if that's something that you want to do, is use glue. This is just a makeup applicator from Dollar Tree that I use to spread out my Mod Podge. It's just easier, and you can wipe these clean instead of having to clean a brush full of glue. This comes out pretty easy. We're just going to put the Mod Podge on here, spread it out. I don't need it up that high. And then we'll dry it, and then we're going to iron on this paper on the front of it. This is for a shelf sitter for your home. Or if you wanted to put holes back in it, you could put a hanger on it and make it a hanging thing. So a little bit too much glue, so let me get some of it off of here so I don't have a mess. And again, thank you so much for being here. If you have any comments or questions on what I'm doing, please feel free to leave those in the comments so that I can get back with you on that. We're going to dry the Mod Podge because we're going to use the iron-on method to iron this paper on. So let me dry it real quick and we'll get to putting our paper on. I think it's a real cute paper. For the holidays coming up, Memorial Day is in May, and you can also leave it out for June. I think it's President's Day, and then September, obviously, for Labor Day. So something you could be using all summer long, really. You could leave out 4th of July. So it's something that you could use for the entire summer from now until the end of September. So I think it's a pretty neat craft that would work for your home. So you can use it for many months to come. So here's our paper we're going to be using again. I'm just going to iron it on here and get it on here straight. And then we'll take our, I got to move it up some. We're going to take our gator tool, which is a sander, and sand it off, the excess paper off. I'm trying to see where I finished my painting on here so I don't get it anywhere else. Let me raise it up and see. So it's going to be looking like this, which is really pretty cute. So let me make sure I have it straight. It doesn't look like I do. So that's one thing good about when you use Mod Podge and you do the iron-on method. You can raise it up and redo it. So let me make sure I have this on here pretty good. Okay. Fold that over. We're going to be using some parchment paper that you put over your surface so that when you iron it on, it's not going to stick to the iron. Just going to iron this on here. I use a little travel iron that's from Walmart, but you can buy them anywhere, I'm sure. They're not expensive. I've had this one for quite a while, so it's pretty good to use. It's been very good to me, having to just purchase one, and I don't know how many years. It's been years. So let me get this on here real quick. It'll take a few minutes, make sure I have it all ironed on. Okay, I'm going to turn my iron off so I don't forget about that. So now that it's ironed on, you can see there's no wrinkles or anything in it. It's pretty smooth. Then we take our gator tool. It's just a little sander, and we'll sand the excess off the edges. And I know this makes a noise, but sometimes we got to do it, right? You always want to go in a downward motion, otherwise you could pull the paper back up. So we got one side off. That's pretty clean. Pretty cool. The grit of sandpaper that I'm using is 120. You could use 80 grit, I guess, probably. I think the lower the number, the grit's more stronger, I guess. I don't know how you want to say. But this is a little bit more of a finer grit. It just happens to be what I have. So I apologize again for the noise. Let's get this done. It should come off pretty easy. Okay, so I have that off of there. Let me get this pulled up from my table. So here we go. Isn't that kind of cute? And on the back you could put something else. Now what I'm going to do is use my jute. I made this jar. Just a jar, and put a napkin around it and put my jute through the middle so you can pull it out, which is pretty cool. So I'm just going to take some jute, excuse me, and go around here because I want to make a little tie around the side. So let me make sure I have enough to make a little tie over at the side. So let's wrap this around a couple times. You can see what I'm doing. We're just going to wrap it around several times here just to give it a little, whoop, just got caught in here. And I think that's good. And then we'll make a little tie over here. Tie it up just to give it a little bit more of a design on here so it's not so plain. I think that's a good idea. So let me hold this, cut my jute off so we can make a tie and make a little bow over here. kind of need another extra little hand here to hold it tight sometimes. Okay, so now I have the jute around the top. Let me put it towards me so I can make my bow over here. And we'll tie a normal tie like you tie your shoes. And we'll let it hang down like that. That may be a little big. Let me make it a little smaller. And it kind of curls, which is kind of cool. So let me just cut it off a tad so it's not hanging down too far. And here we go. Isn't that cute? Little shelf sitter for your home. A flag with some decorated jute on here. On the back, you can actually put something else on, and I'll probably do that at some point in time. But if you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment and hit that like button and click the subscribe button down there at the bottom. Have a great day. Thank you. Cindy's Creations. Bye-bye.